Hey, hope you're doing good. Today I'm here with Matty in Thailand, and he is originally from Italy, and then he lived in America for quite some time, and now he has been living in Thailand for the last, 8 years?
Yeah, almost
Wow.
8 years.
Wow, 8 years. And he also has a YouTube channel. It's called Matty in Thailand, and he goes traveling all throughout Thailand. He has a lot of videos in Bangkok too.
Yeah.
So if you want to go check his channel out, the link is in the description below. So Matty, thank you so much for coming out today.
Thank you for inviting me and having me in your video. So as he said, I'm Matty. I have been living here for almost 8 years with full of experience for you guys.
Yeah, so the first topic that I want to ask you is why out of all the Southeast Asian countries, why did you want to move to Thailand?
So first of all, as everybody mentioned, Thailand is comparing to the other countries, one of the cheapest countries in Southeast Asia. Some people compare it to the Philippines, is also same as Thailand, but as Thailand, I think has a better location than the Philippines. I think most of the people, they came here. And of course, as you know, that some special cities in Thailand, like the Pattaya, which is very popular, and I would say it's a tourist attraction. This also will bring a lots of people here. However, during the last 10 years, exactly for British people, because the currency of Thai against the British is changed a lot, and that's why Thailand was really on the eye of the British people mostly, to come and spend the retirement times in here.
Yeah, because a lot of people from the other countries, once they get to that retirement age, they can't really survive in their own country. But when they come out to the Philippines or Thailand or Myanmar, you can actually live a pretty decent life, especially
Exactly.
compared to your home country. So you are, what kind of work have you done out here in Thailand?
I did some business. I mean, I started my life here. I had some business, which I make a story of my life actually in my channel. You can check it later. I had a small factory about the clothes and t-shirts here, like 9 years ago. But unfortunately, it wasn't a successful project. And after that, I started to teaching, as I'm also American. So, and you know, for a native speakers, it's such easy stuff for teaching. But for sure, you should have some bachelor, which I have. And also, it's not a bad job in Southeast Asia, because you can meet lots of nice people, and I love to teaching to people. So I guess that's it.
So you are a dual citizen, right? You're American and
Yeah.
also Italian citizen?
Yeah.
Okay, and then when was the last time you went to visit America or Italy? Long time?
At the beginning of this year, I was in Europe. I met some of my family, and in the US, it was 8 years ago.
Oh
I
wow!
went, yeah.
So you haven't
Yeah.
been to America for
Yeah,
a long,
yes,
long
yes.
time. Okay. And in your personal opinion, if someone wants to move to Thailand, what is the minimum amount of monthly income they should try to aim for?
Okay,
U.S.
that's a-
dollar.
Yeah,
US
actually,
dollar.
that's a really good question. I would say that I made a video actually about how much you spend a day in Bangkok, and you can see in that video that I eat everything. I had the fruit, I have a dessert, I have the coffee in the coffee shop and everything, and I just spend around $7 to $10 a day.
For the entire day.
Yeah, which was really good. I mean, I had a good food, and I eat always outside. However, if you're able to cook at home, the life gonna be much more cheaper for you, and it depends what kind of lifestyle you're looking for. So you can live in Thailand, let's say from the minimum of $500 to $600 a month, up to $5,000-$6,000 a month. So it depends on you.
So would you say a good maybe goal to shoot for is about 1,000 US dollars per month?
Yes,
Minimum.
I would say yeah.
Minimum.
I would say
Yeah.
with the 1,000 up, you can have a good life here in Bangkok.
And something that people should be aware of is the condos are going to be way smaller here. And that's something that people don't really realize, because I used to live in about a 1,200 square foot condo in
Yeah,
America,
yeah,
and I thought that was pretty normal. And then when I came out to Thailand, I was like, this place is only like 300 square feet. I'm like, what is this? But the thing that whoever's watching needs to realize is this is normal out here. It's normal for people to live in a 300 square foot place.
I mean, if you're willing to spend like let's say $1,000 for the rent a month, then of course you can stay in such a big apartment, big condo.
Right.
Which friend of mine, one of them is staying in the Sukhumvit area, which you're supposed to pay. I mean, he pay for a 200 square meter condominium with the 4 bedrooms. He pay around 90,000 baht, something around $3,000.
Oh wow, his place is probably really nice.
Yeah, so you have this option. But of course, when you're thinking a little bit and you're comparing the price here exactly to the US, and you think that, oh no, it's not fair that you spend this money. Also, I have this experience since I arrived in Thailand. I used to live in the condo, which the size was a 65 square meter. And after that, when I moved to much more to the city center, I used to stay in the smallest apartment because of the rent. And right now I'm staying the 33 square meter, which is, I would say, it's really small for me.
So 30 square meter, that's about what, like 350 square feet?
Yeah.
But it does have everything. It is going to have a kitchen.
Yeah, it's a separate
bedroom.
kitchen, separate bedroom.
Little living room probably.
Yeah, small living room. You have a swimming pool. You have a gym. Everything is perfect. But I think this is good for Asian because they are quite maybe small and tiny. They don't need to move too much. But for us, exactly for American, which we are a XXL size. So you should have a bigger area. You know.
Yeah, and if you are willing to put up the kind of a higher amount of rent each month, you can get a big place.
Yeah,
but that's going to be like maybe $1,000 to $3,000 a month.
For sure.
But if you want to keep your costs down, like $200, $300 per month, that's going to be a one-bedroom place or a studio place.
But some things that I really want to mention is very important is sometimes I saw that some foreigners, they stay in a really cheap apartment. Okay guys, this is in Thailand we have a different version of the condominium. We have condominium, we have an apartment, we have a house, and we have a Thai apartment. Thai apartment is probably very small room without the kitchen. You only have a bed and maybe some bathroom, which is really cheap and mostly is old. And some foreigners, I don't know why, and I don't want to judge them. So, however, they stay in those places, and the rental is really cheap. I mean, you can find it like 2,000 baht or 3,000 baht. But this is like only the sleep place. You can't do anything there. It's a bed and maybe a small fridge, and that's it.
And that's like super cheap, right?
Yeah,
Places
it's a super
like that.
cheap.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a super cheap.
What are some of the things that you miss about America?
Oh, okay. First of all, the size of the burger.
Oh,
Yeah, when you go to the McDonald's here, mostly you get the burger like I don't know how can I show the size, but
it's a lot smaller.
really small. Yeah. When you compare it to the USA, it's much smaller. So I miss the burger and In-N-Out. You know that?
Yeah, In-N-Out burger.
Yeah, with the like the $1 or $2, you can get a really good amount of the food. But to be honest, I would say food in Thailand, most of the people they said it's cheap, but it's not cheap. So if you want to eat something good in the restaurant, you have to at least spend more than $7, which is the same amount in any restaurant in the USA. If you go to the fancy place, I went to the rooftop actually, one of the highest rooftop in Bangkok, and when I take a look at the price of the food there, it's almost start from $20 and up. So I would say the price of the food here is not that cheap as you think. People mostly they said the life expenses in Thailand is cheap, but I would say no, it's not that cheap. Except rental. Maybe rental is a little bit cheaper than the USA, but the food and the other things, exactly the beef, is very expensive.
Yeah. But to talk on the price, if you do eat street food is very cheap. Because you can get a meal of like fried rice, pork fried rice for like $1 if you go get street food.
So I tried before many times, but let me ask you something. Do you think what kind of food we can get with the $1 in the USA? You can also answer.
Tacos.
Any other foods?
Candy, I guess.
I mean, not only from the supermarket, not only from some restaurant brands. I talk about like the big supermarket. Maybe you can go to 7-Eleven and pick up some food. And just warm it up, something like that.
Oh, vegetables you could get for $1, I think. Yeah.
Some food you can frozen food you can
Frozen
find it
food,
for
yeah.
$1
Frozen food, yeah.
mostly, because of course in US we don't have a street food. And if you compare the quality, I think you can rank it. Which one is gonna be better? This one here in Thailand or in the USA?
It's gonna be here.
I would say USA.
I would say here.
The food there was much better.
I would say if you're looking at street food, right? Like let's say we just go to a restaurant, normal restaurant, you can get some pork pad see ew for 40 baht, 30 baht, which is only $1.
The pork pasty that he said, I mean, you have to explain, is like the fried noodle with the pork, yeah? I'm right?
Right, with vegetables.
Yeah, with the vegetables.
But
so,
that you can get for $1 here, but that if you bought it at a restaurant in America, that's going to be at least $8 to $10.
Yeah, that's totally true, because you cannot find that food in America.
Right.
That's the point.
You could find it, but it's going to be more expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But to agree with you, there is expensive food if you come to the malls. If you go and eat sushi at the mall, you're going to be spending $50. You know, it's not like you're going to be coming out here, eat all you can eat sushi for like $5. That's not going to
Actually,
be
you
the case.
can.
And where's that?
If you go to the every big shopping mall, because mostly in Thailand we have two type of shopping mall. One is called Central, which is we are sitting there now.
This one, right?
Yeah, this one is Central,
Okay.
and the other one is the mall, which have different positions, different locations. Sorry. Mostly these are two big shopping malls. They have a big supermarket in there. One is called Top Supermarket, the other one called Gourmet's Market.
Gourmet, yeah.
Yeah,
Gourmet
so
market.
you can find ready food in there to buy and eat. Most Tops is much more cheaper than the Gourmet, and for $5, yeah, you can find the pack of the sushi actually in there.
Oh, okay, that's good to know. Do you normally go out to eat, or do you cook yourself most of the time?
It depends, because when you start to living in Thailand at the beginning, of course you always eat outside because it's much easier. You love the Thai food and everything, and then after that you want to try some different food, so maybe it's not bad sometimes you cook by yourself. And yeah, sometimes I cook by myself, sometimes I eat outside. But if you can find a good restaurant close to your apartment or condo, or I don't know, wherever you live, that can be a really good point. Because, for example, I have one of the really nice restaurant next to my next to my condo, which is a food in there is cost like 50 baht to maximum 60 baht, and it's a really big amount. I would say it's American style. So my favorite food is a khao pad, which is a fried rice with the chicken or shrimp. It's only for 50 baht, and the quality is really good also.
Okay. And this is a popular question that I get asked, and I know I'm going to get comments about this too. So what is the main difference that you've noticed between American girls and Thai girls? What are some things that you want to share?
So this is a really big question, and it's not that easy to answer, but let me just make it, put it smaller, make it easier to say that Western people and Asian people, they have a different mind concepts, I would say, and they're mostly thinking different. However, you can find different people everywhere, but the main different things is Asian life is mostly in the social media.
Oh, yeah.
So in Western country, maybe now in the US is also people more addicted to the social media. They always spend the time in the phone, in the Facebook, Instagram, anywhere. But still in the Europe is not the same. So let me give you the example. You sitting in the subway here or a sky train, just look at the people, they're all in the phone. and they just checking the Facebook or Instagram or something like that. But you're comparing to the US or Europe, you see the people mostly sit and reading something.
Italy, not really. People don't addicted to the phone
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been to Europe, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people mostly live outside. They are not live in the phone. They are not live in the social.
Yeah,
That's the things you have to understand.
I think you're the first person that's ever said that, but that is very true. Out here in Asia, especially here in Thailand, people are very addicted to the phone.
Yeah.
Compared to America.
Yeah.
Things are changing a little bit in America. I feel like people are starting to get a little addicted to the phone too.
Yeah, yeah.
But definitely, the girls out here are definitely addicted to Instagram, Tinder, and all that stuff. And most people out here now, they don't even meet face to face. They meet through like Instagram, or they meet through Tinder.
Yeah.
You know, there's very few of that kind of traditional style, like, oh, I see a girl over there that looks good, I'm going to go talk to her.
Yeah.
You know, there is still a little bit of that, but some people might actually think that's kind of strange. Because most
Actually,
people.
you say something's really interesting. Yeah, that's true. This is not popular in Thailand or let's say in Asian country anymore. That you just imagine you just sit in the cafe and you just saw someone, you want to talk to her and just go and approach her. Some things they become really surprised and shocked.
Right.
You know, they just thinking, oh, maybe you want to do something's wrong. But through the application, yeah, it's much more easier.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think if you are interested in dating in Thailand, you have to understand that times are different now.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s, things out here are mainly through the phone.
Yeah.
Mainly through the phone. And even back in America now, more and more people, you see this huge increase in people who are getting into relationships.
Yeah.
Almost, I think 50% or 70% or something meet online.
Yeah.
It's like a crazy difference. So the last question I want to ask you, Matty, is for anyone who is interested in moving out to Thailand, what are some things that people should be aware of about the Thai people to be careful of? So like, for example, one example I want to share is when you come out to Thailand, make sure not to cross your legs. Because if you cross your legs and the sole of your foot faces someone's face, that is actually considered very disrespectful and rude. So is there anything else that you would like to share?
You talk about pointing somewhere with your legs.
Like if I crossed my legs here, and then someone saw that, oh, my sole of my foot is facing to his face.
Actually it's not.
Oh, well, I've been told that's rude.
No, actually it's not. The point is you cannot point on anything anywhere with your feet. That's the point.
I've been
people show, like that, and then you cannot.
I've been told that you shouldn't cross your legs and have your sole of your foot face to anybody's face. That's what I've been told, because that's considered rude if you do that.
Honestly, I've never heard this.
Yeah. Well, I've been told quite a few times.
But for that question, I would say the people in the two groups. So if you come to Thailand as a retirement, or you come to Thailand as a younger age, you want to work here, some things that you have to put in your mind is you have to understand about the Thai people and Thai culture. What it means is, I'm not talking about move your hands like this to say hi or goodbye. No, not this kind of stuff. You have to understand them mentally, that they are kind of relaxed and chill people. They are not in rush.
Slower life.
Yeah, they are kind of life. Them life is mostly inside the shopping mall. They are not the outdoor people. So let's say, and there are more and more that if I name it, maybe it takes a long time. But the most important things that I want to say is you have to know the person and then trust them. This is the most important things, because I saw that many foreigners in Thailand, they stalked by the Thai girlfriends or Thai wife. They invest on some things and then they lose it later, because the girlfriends or the wife, they make some problems for him, and or they take the money from him, something like that. These are stories that everybody I know, they know. So, and of course, everywhere they have good and bad. So you have to know the people first. You have to know about the Thai people first, and then decide to move here or not.
I think what Matty said is very important. And this is not just for Thailand, this is pretty much anywhere in the world.
Of course.
But you have to be careful because a lot of people, they get, what's that called, love struck?
Yeah.
And they meet a girl and they're like, wow, this girl's amazing and all that. And then the girl ends up convincing them to buy them a house, buy them a car, buy them jewelry, buy them gold.
Yes.
And then couple days later, they disappear.
Yeah.
So this is very important for anyone who's watching this. This doesn't just have to deal with Thailand. This has to deal with any country in general. Just before you really invest into someone, make sure you take the time to understand them and learn about who they really are.
Yes, for
before
sure.
you do
Because
anything.
of course, Thai people is also very kind and the warm people. So
Right. Yeah.
when you start to communicate with them, you feel good. You know, you feel that okay, I can trust them. That's why you should always make sure about the person you're dealing with.
And trust your gut, because if your gut's telling you something that something's kind of weird about this situation, you're probably correct in that situation.
Yeah. God is correct. Yeah.
Matty, is there any last words that you want to say before we go?
No, I'm good. I just want to say, everybody, please stay safe and don't thinking about travel to Thailand at least this year, because the situation is not good all around the world. So stay safe, stay at your home, and we will see you on the next year for sure.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go check out Matty's channel, Matty in Thailand.
Yes, for
Correct?
now it's this name, but maybe later it's going to change the name. So let's see. Yeah.
And if you have any questions, make sure to leave it in the comments below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.